Hello everyone and welcome to your pick a card reading on what are people's assumptions about you. For this pick a card, I'd like you to take a few deep breaths before picking one pile for your reading. And once you're ready, please pick a pile. So for pile 1, you have the Jasper, pile 2, the Sodalite, or pile 3, the Magnesite. Hello pile 1 and welcome to your pick a card reading on what are people's assumptions of you. So right off the bat, pile 1, I feel like people assume you're someone who is a closed book. You're not someone who is easily understood or easily convinced. With the High Priestess and the Judge card, people assume you're someone who is very knowledgeable, very wise. They feel like you enjoy time alone in solitude. And when it comes to making decisions, you're someone who likes to make your own decisions and in your own time. With the Four of Pentacles, people assume you keep certain things very close to your chest. As mentioned, you're not an open book. You're someone who prefers to be private and perhaps for some of you secretive. But people do see this hermit energy about you. You're someone who is able to replenish your own energies. You're not someone who needs to be around large groups of people. And they feel like you're kind of okay being alone, being in a small group. With this Virgin card, people feel like you may be a tad innocent or naive about something in life. But there's this element of people assuming you're quite pure. There's something quite good about you. So for some of you, people feel like you may not have much street experience in life. They may feel like you've lived a sheltered life. With this Release card and this Death card, people assume you may undergo a lot of internal conflict, difficulties, which is why you may need to spend time alone. I'm also picking up that some people feel like when it comes to letting go, you may find it quite hard to let go of past hurts, betrayal. With this Not For You and the Strategy card, people assume you're someone who knows yourself quite well. You're quite discerning when you want to be. And when something isn't for you, they feel like you're able to distance yourself from it. People also assume you're quite a strategist, someone who is a deep thinker, someone who is intellectual, bright. They also assume you're quite book smart, that you're someone who's able to learn new things quite easily. Perhaps you're someone who likes to self-learn, learn on your own terms and by yourself. So even though people feel like you're not an open book, they do sense you have an inner flame, inner fire, motivating you. And they assume that you have quite a strong root chakra, sense of knowing who you are, a good sense of self-identity. And going back to 4 Pentacles, people feel like you're quite good with finances. And for some of you, people feel like you would do quite well working in finance, accounts. I'm also picking up people assume you could do quite well in human resources. With this 4 Pentacles and this Release card, people assume that when it comes to something very meaningful to you, you could find it quite hard to let go of. So you could be quite defensive, protective of the things that matter to you. Some people assume that letting go and surrendering certain things could be quite tough for you. When it comes to things that are not for you, people that aren't for you, you're quite good at discerning, distancing yourself. But when it comes to past hurts, betrayal for example, you may find it quite difficult to forgive and let go. People also assume you're quite fair in your outlook. They feel like you're someone who likes to maintain balance and harmony in your life. So they see you as someone who doesn't do things in an extreme manner, but rather you like to weigh out the situation, weigh out the pros and cons before deciding or judging on something. I'm being brought back to this not for you card again. So I feel like some people feel like, or some people assume you dislike drama, you dislike mind games, you dislike people who are out there for themselves. And for some of you, people assume you're not someone who likes competition, or perhaps you're someone who runs away from loud situations, loud people, groups. So overall, part one, people's assumptions of you is that you're a very reserved person. You like your alone time, you're a deep thinker, you're analytical, you're quite balanced, or you're looking for balance in your life. But they also sense you have this inner flame, this inner fire burning within. And they feel like you're quite rooted, you're quite grounded. And with the Hermit card and the Four of Pentacles, people feel like they can entrust you with their secrets. Because they see you as very private, quite secretive, they feel like you're not the type of person who would go around talking, telling others other people's business. There's something about a code of conduct, about your morals, which they assume is quite high. So people assume you have good integrity, part one. So part one, I think that's all I have for you for your reading on what are people's assumptions about you. I hope you've enjoyed today's reading, and if you have, please ensure to like, share and subscribe to the channel for more video uploads. And thank you for watching. Catch you next time. Bye. Hello part 2 and welcome to your pick a card reading on what are people's assumptions about you. So right off the bat, part 2, I'm being drawn to this Magician card. So I feel like people assume that you're a powerful manifester, or there's something very powerful about your presence. They also feel like you could be quite powerful when it comes to leading a group. But there's something about control and power which people assume you have an abundance of. With the Knight of Pentacles, people assume you're someone who's able to stabilise your goals into reality. They feel like you're quite an abundant person when it comes to your material needs. You're quite good at attending to your material responsibilities. People also feel like you're quite changeable, adaptable, flexible in situations. People also assume that your movement, your actions could be quite impactful, dramatic. When you want your presence known, you may enter in a very bold, big way. So part 2, people assume that you're someone who is quite a chameleon in a way. Perhaps you're quite changeable in situations. With the Tower and the Perfection card, people assume that you may bring about sudden changes in your life. For some of you, people assume you're quite a perfectionist. You want things a certain way, you may be a tad controlling, or you like control. But there's something about you making sudden decisions in order to perfect your life. For some of you, this could be suddenly changing your dietary plans. And for others, this could be sudden changes of location. But there's something quite erratic that others assume about you as well, pile 2. With this angel balance and this envy card, they feel like you're someone who strives for balance, and that other people may feel like your life is perfect. With this Knight card, people feel like, or they assume you're someone who is a passionate person, very warm, very romantic. They feel like you're someone who knows how to woo people, charm people. They assume you're quite charismatic from the way you present yourself to the world. With this Priest card, people are assuming you've come to a new level of self-awareness, understanding of who you are. Through your Tower moments, they feel like you've gained some new perspective. So part 2, people's assumptions of you is that you're very powerful. You're someone they feel is multi-talented. Even though for some of you, people assume you're quite a perfectionist, you could be quite rigid in a way, they feel like you are striving for that balance. People also feel like you're someone who attracts jealousy, envy from others due to the light you shine outwards. I'm also picking up people assume that you're someone who is very persevering, very determined to get what you want in life. You're very focused on your goals. For some of you, people assume you may be quite cutthroat in removing obstacles that may be in your way. And this includes people who may try to block you from your dreams. So part 2, that's all I have for you for your reading on what are people's assumptions about you. I hope you've enjoyed today's reading, and if you have, please ensure to like, share and subscribe to the channel for more video uploads. And thank you for watching. Catch you next time. Bye. Hello part 3, and welcome to your pick a card reading on what are people's assumptions of you. So right off the bat, part 3, people assume you're someone who is energetic, someone who is magnetizing. They assume because of your very bright aura presence, you're someone with very high self-esteem and confidence. People also feel like you're someone who likes to be flamboyant. You like to showcase your skills and abilities to others, to the world. So people assume you're quite showy. You like to be out there. I'm also picking up for some of you, people assume you're quite creative. You have a creative flair about you. For some of you, people assume you're a very good dancer, or you're very good when it comes to some kind of performing arts involving physical movement. With the 2 wands, people assume that you're quite a big thinker. You're someone who can generate ideas, weigh things out. With this Ace of Pentacles and this Father card, People assume that you're someone who comes up with new ideas quite easily. They feel like you're driven by your masculine energies. Perhaps some of you may have dominant fire signs in your natal chart. But people do feel you're someone who is an action taker. You like to take action. You are a thinker, but you're someone who prefers to keep moving forward by taking action. With this forgiveness card and this peace card, people feel like your outside energy is like a Leo or like a fire sign. You have this burning, bright energy about you. But they assume internally you're quite innocent or you're quite childlike in a way. There's something about you that is very soothing as well. So people assume you're quite an interesting balance of high energy as well as peace. With this 2 to Sea card, people feel like you're someone who wouldn't fray from taking some time out for yourself. For some of you, people assume you're someone who loves pampering yourself. You may enjoy luxuries. With the Garden and the Gate card, some people feel like you may hold back a little, preferring to daydream rather than step into the unknown. So people assume that when it comes to things that you're comfortable with, Part 3, you easily take steps forward. But when it comes to the unknown, people assume that you may be a tad hesitant, reluctant to move out of your comfort zone. I'm also picking up for some of you, people assume you may have a wound with one of your parents. There's some kind of wound which you keep to yourself, which may be affecting your internal peace. People also assume that you like to travel, you're an adventure seeker, you like to explore. I'm being brought back to the Sea card, so I feel like some people assume you keep your sadness within. You don't express your true sadness to others. You rather keep it hidden. So some people assume that behind closed doors, you're grieving something. You're going through some kind of inner turmoil. They feel like you keep your problems to yourself. You don't share your problems with others. Perhaps you're not someone who easily accepts help from others. So on the first outlook, Part 3, people pick up this very bold, vibrant energy about you. So they assume you're like this Leo or like this fiery energy, someone who is motivated, driven, very loud, someone who consumes a room, someone who demands attention. But I feel like once they get to know you, their assumptions are watered down a little because they feel like you are more sombre than they first assumed, their first impressions. So I feel like in this group, some of you may have strong fire and water signs in your natal chart. There's this polarity about you. There's this duality about you. So I feel like some people assume one thing about you and others assume another. So Part 3, I think that's all I have for you for your reading on What are people's assumptions about you? I hope you've enjoyed today's reading, and if you have, please ensure to like, share and subscribe to the channel for more video uploads. And thank you for watching. Catch you next time. Bye.